Hey guys, you are listening to the Fragcast. My name is Manny David, aka youtube.com/CascadeScents. You can find me at the Manny David on Twitter and Instagram as well. Unfortunately, my good friend Kristo cannot be here today. That's BetawiBlood on YouTube. But I'm joined by my very special guest. It's Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover. How are you doing, Carlos?
I'm great. How's it going? So happy to be here.
Very well, thanks. Really appreciate it. If anything, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. You can find me at brooklynfragrancelover.com. I have a Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram.
Sounds good. So, guys, check out Carlos. Definitely putting in work on YouTube and his other social networks and his blog. And if anything, Carlos, kind of just want to get into it, thinking about, where you've been at fragrance journey-wise. I know you started about, 2.5 years ago on YouTube?
I started September 12th, 2014.
Okay. Yeah, so going on 2 years eventually. Just where you've been as far as when you started to where you're at now. I know you do a lot of videos on just about anything, whether it's designer, niche, exclusives.
Yeah, I like to mix it up. I don't like to get stuck with any particular genre. I just love fragrance, all types of fragrance, from designer to niche to cheapies to, my least favorite type of fragrance are naturals. I have some that I like, but I don't love all naturals. But yeah, fragrance in general, I love candles. I love incense. I love anything fragrance related. I enjoy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You seem like that type of dude to just be to have no filter in regards to your palette, which I really appreciate out of your content. There's certain dudes I'll watch for certain genres, and they'll maybe only do that. And if they do delve into other things, they're not so much attuned to maybe the nuances of that genre. I'm not going to name any names or anything. It's just you seem to like a lot of everything and judge everything accordingly in your reviews. So I appreciate that.
But that being said, I just said I like all those genres. My most watched videos always happen to be designer popular fragrances. Like the one video that hit over 20,000 views was Acqua di Gio Profumo. Go figure.
We're not surprised at that, are we, though?
No, not at all. I went into this really wanting to share my love of niche and trying to get, different fragrances out there than your everyday Macy's. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I have plenty, but, it's kind of gone the other way. The people who watch or consistently watch, they like the designer stuff. There are times I put out a video and I say, this one's going to be a hit. I'm going to get so many views and I'll get 600 views. And I'm like, what? So you never know.
No, I'm kind of with you there. A lot of my designer content, has done well as well on my personal channel. But I can't exactly blame anyone for that. Obviously, when it comes to designers, these designer houses have put in X amount of money into surveys and research into just seeing what are crowd-pleasing, appealing scents. And I can't fault anyone for liking that, especially casuals who are looking up, what goes into a fragrance. Say if they're looking up a review on YouTube of like yourself reviewing EDG Profumo, for example, they see that, they're going to click on it, and they may only go to your channel for that review. And it is what it is. Like they see branded.
It's all good. Listen, even if I don't get the views that I anticipate, I enjoy doing it. When it comes down to it, the bottom line is my love of fragrance. I really do enjoy and love, and I feel fragrance. That sounds so cliche.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say it's cliche at all. It's all good because it's cool to be real about it because clearly you like everything. You mentioned candles, incense, whatever else, right? So, because I can honestly say I wouldn't say I'm not that much into it yet, maybe. I have a lot of frags, yes, but I'm not constantly burning something, at my house or anything like that. Sometimes I wish I was because I can develop more of an appreciation for other stuff too. But no, you've been at this fragrance journey for a while then. even before YouTube then, correct?
Yeah, definitely. It really all started in a big way for me with Facebook. Facebook opened up a lot of doors for me. I met a lot of like-minded people. Like, my whole life I've pretty much had anywhere from 4 to 10 fragrances at a time. And I'll tell you some funny stories later, but I started a group on Facebook called Peace, Love, Perfume. I met a lot of people, perfumers, bloggers, and there were a lot of YouTube reviewers in the group. And we kind of were New York-based, and we were called the Good Smellers. We got a lot of press in the London, New York Times, in some magazines of what I can't think of, the Elle magazine, the Daily News. So we were out and about all over New York, and the group was thriving. And that's really how it started. After about a year or two, lives got busy. Some guys had babies, some guys got married. So I kind of went off on my own. But I definitely owe this journey to my group, Peace, Love, Perfume, and all the people that I've met on there. And definitely the Good Smellers. That might be before your time. I don't know how long.
It definitely is before my time, yeah.
Well, you know what? Our Facebook page is still there. It's called The Good Smellers. And I don't know. It's still getting likes upon likes. It's got much more likes than my Brooklyn Fragrance Lover page.
Go figure, right? What's the goal? But hey, guys, shout out to Good Smellers and PLP, Peace, Love, Perfume. I'm definitely a part of the group, fairly engaging. And, I like the group a lot because you really make an effort to make sure that everyone's welcome. You do the birthdays daily.
Yes.
As well as, you do a hell of a lot of contests, which I think is really cool.
I usually hold I don't know, it's probably not going to happen this year because I've held it for 4 years already. We opened in August. And every year I do a month-long anniversary party where I've given away, thanks to stores and companies and independent perfumers, I've given away over a liter of perfume in a month's time. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. My cats are running around like lunatics, so please forgive me if you hear some crazy noises in the background. Stop!
No, it's all good, brother. It's all good. And I have cats myself too, and sometimes they're divas. So, this is what it. Yeah. Actually, I thought about it. I almost wanted to do a video of some sort of test because I'm known for doing these random trivial type videos on youtube.com/CascadeScents, in which I would do either blind tests amongst people who are laymen when it comes to the fragrance community. Or
I love those. I do that on my videos. I always get my coworkers' opinions.
Yeah,
I love your videos. Your videos are a lot of fun.
Hey, appreciate that, and likewise. But yeah, I remember you doing recently. You did the Mr. Burberry one,
yes,
which was just pleasant, I guess, as far as the feedback.
You know what? When I got it home that night, I didn't love it. I was like, "What is this?" I mean, it's okay, but it smells like a few other things. But when I wore it the next day, and I happened to be out and about at my job, people were like, "Oh my God, what are you wearing? You smell so good!" I was like, "Holy shit, maybe maybe it's not as bad as I think."
Yeah. Well, to more and I say this in the least disparaging way possible to an untrained nose, it's gonna smell hella appealing, I think, because it does smell like quality shower gel. And I said this.
Oh my God! Did you do this review with David? You did it with David, right?
Yeah, I reviewed it with David on Fragrance Bros. So shout outs to David. But yeah, it literally reminds me of an Adidas or Axe shower gel. And
oh, come on, it's not that bad, please.
No, I'm not saying that as in disparagingly at all. I'm saying it smells good. It's just
I don't know about Adidas or Axe. No, that's
no. But here's the thing, because I could have achieved that same effect if I were to tell someone, "Hey, what are you wearing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm wearing Axe," and I'm pretty sure people may or may not say yes to that. They're like, "Oh, I believe it," because of it's just so cologne-y, it just so it feels so watery. The cardamom grapefruit combo is kind of dead ASAP, and then it feels dated afterwards. It doesn't smell like it's $1 per mil. whatsoever.
Oh, and I was kind of, I was going to that particular fragrance expecting more, since I love Francis Kirkpatrick's work.
Okay.
I love a lot, but yeah, it was not the worst thing I've smelled, but definitely not a groundbreaker by any means.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's very good myself. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad scent wise. It's just when I'm objectively looking at other facets of a fragrance, like performance and the fact that I didn't really get compliments with it, and other things, it doesn't exactly make me feel a certain way in comparison to other fragrances. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it that much. That, and if I wanted a freshie like that was a mass appealer, I think Sauvage does a better job. Blood de Chanel, I just don't think it's on that level at all. But again, that's just me. Is what it is. But what would you give
that subject? Fragrance overall is definitely subjective. What smells great to you smells like shit to you.
Yeah.
What smells like shit to you smells great for me. And I don't think anybody's an authority to tell anyone else, reviewer or blogger, whatever, what's great or what's not great. They can give their opinion, but I don't know. That's just one of my little pet peeves is the authority elitist.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Because if anything, when I do my reviews, and I noticed you do this too, you're purely giving your take on it, and it's not like you're doing it in an omniscient manner, and I respect that. And I think that's so paramount to do for any reviewer, because you can really go off only how you personally feel about something, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are some sort of psychic or seer, or you're pretending to be, and you're telling people that, yeah, people are going to love this regardless of what kind of person you are, personality-wise, or their own nose, or the kind of sense that someone may or may not like in your geographical area, you don't know if someone's going to like it or not.
No, you never know.
Exactly. You never know. So I don't like making those kind of guarantees. It's just my personal take on what I've experienced in my vicinity, and that's pretty much it. No, I get that with your pet peeve, thankfully. So no, that's good. I'm with you there. Yeah. As far as reviews though, what are you planning to get your nose on, if not review in the near future? What do you want to do? What's next on Brooklyn Fragrance Lover?
What's next on Brooklyn Fragrance Lover? Well, I'll tell you that I started keeping. I like to be one of the first. I don't have to be the first, but I like to be one of the guys who brings the new fragrance to the table. And I don't like to review things that have been reviewed 1,001 times, like Aventus. I'll never review that. Or what else? Tuscan Leather. They've just been done 1,000 times. I like to keep it fresh with new things and new releases. I keep a list on my iPhone of things that I would like to review. And, it all depends. Sometimes, I'm personally looking forward to it. I go and smell it and it totally sucks. And you know what? I'm not that every fragrance has to be great. I will never say that. There's no way anyone could ever say that, but I'm not a basher type. If I truly hate something, I'd rather not review it than totally, well, I've bashed a few things, but it's just not my style, and I find that the passion comes out in me when I at least like the fragrance,
I get that 100%. If you're excited to do a review, if you're excited to make a video and put it up on the internet because you like it, there's definitely more passion in that, and it's hard to be passionate about something that you're not excited for whatsoever. Why would you be excited to hate on something either? So no, I get that. But there's there's a decent amount of reviewers out there who, feel this need to inform about how they personally feel about a fragrance, especially if it's one that there's a demand that they review it for. For example, like people have asked me to do an Aventus review, and I will do one eventually. But I have a list of videos that I want to get out first, and I still think it's kind of important for me, reviewer-wise, to review industry favorites or fragcomm favorites that people, at the end they want me to do. And if the people want it, I guess I'll do it. But if it's a frag that has been reviewed millions of times and no one's really asking me to do it, then I'm pretty sure I have other videos to do. What's it called? You mentioned Aventus, Tuscan Leather, like
Tobacco Vanille, so many. I love,
And I know you love Tom Ford stuff.
Voyage. What?
I know you love Tom Ford stuff too. You're not going to do Tobacco Veneer, any reviews like that, or what else?
I like to review what he brings out. I like to bring out the latest ones, which I have been doing pretty consistently since 2014. Like I had first exclusive, not that I had, but I was the first to get out Patchouli Absolu, Soleil Blanc, Neroli Portofino Forte.
You know what? A lot.
Haitian Bergamot.
Okay, yeah. No, respect. A lot of people have been like, not impressed by, the announcement of the certain releases, especially the flankers of the private blends. But for example, like Soleil Blanc, I love that stuff. And I only smelled it in passing, but what I smelled of it, I really liked. It's probably not something that I would reach for.
Well, he doesn't make bad fragrances, but just some, I think his audience was built in mostly because of the original private blend lineup.
Yeah.
Heavy duty, bold and
resinous,
somewhat complex and resinous fragrances, and he's kind of gone the other way. Now, I appreciate some, but I can't say that I love all. Venetian Bergamot, for instance, got a lot of hate, and I like it. It smells great on the glass. I get compliments. I enjoy wearing it. Speaking of compliments, I don't wear fragrance just to get compliments, but I work with like maybe 40 girls and women, and when I wear the stuff that I truly love, like for instance, I love Amber Absolute. That doesn't fly at work. Oh my God, that's so strong. What are you wearing? Who wants to hear that? I don't know.
That amber incense accord, though. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. If I had to own only one or two fragrances, Amber Absolute would be one that I choose for the rest of my life, no doubt.
I think it's a great frag. Yeah, I think it's a stunning fragrance. But, yeah, no, in comparison to the crowd pleasers out there, yeah, don't expect it to hold up whatsoever. Like, I can definitely see that going up against, Aventus amongst 10 people, and 10 people will say Aventus. Yeah. For sure.
Well, Aventus, you know what? I bought a bottle out when it first came out. It was like September, November, whatever year that it happened to have come out. Okay. I wore it. I liked it. But, then all of a sudden, like a few years later, it just blew up. Like Fragcom, it's Aventus. And then, a lot of the perfumista didn't like it. It was a lot. It was a lot of love-hate. But Aventus is a fragrance that no matter where, when, how much, how little, it always gets a compliment. I went to a barbecue at my brother's house last year on the 4th of July, and 5 women asked me what I was wearing so they can get it for their husbands. Yeah, so it does what it needs to do. There are some Aventus haters out there, but it gets compliments like fucking crazy. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, no, it's all right, man. Don't worry about it. But I'm with you on the Aventus argument. There's people who hate on it. I guess they're just tired of seeing people hype it, and obviously, they.
Oh, I'm sick of the batch conversation. Oh my God, enough with that freaking batch match. Ay.
Here's why I'm okay with the batch conversation, though. And it's because I think that if you're paying a premium on Creed's Millésime line, it's, of course, stock MSRP is higher than Green Irish Tweed, Millésime Imperial, and stuff like that. If I'm paying extra for a Creed frag, I expect it to perform, especially one that's hyped and is hailed as Aventus that is supposed to be booked as a all season, all purpose type fragrance. Why does Creed have to cheap out on ingredients in regards to the scent when we're paying a premium for it already? I just don't.
Okay, actually,
So for me, if I'm not really a stickler on I like a certain batch because it's smokier or because it's more fruity, I'm more of a stickler on the fact that if I'm spending that kind of money on a fragrance that is expected to perform, I want it to perform. And I've used 4 different batches, and only the one that I got from Jeremy Fragrance actually performs. And I think that's rubbish. I think that I've shelled out X amount of dollars because I expected it to work. Yes, that's kind of on me in order to maybe I should have just tested it on skin at first. But, it's Aventus. You hear so much about it as far as everyone's review of it. But holy crap, why do you have so many damn batches? Like it's insanity. No, there's no other fragrance that does this. And yes, I get that there's a demand, but the fact that no one's holding Creed to that standard and has X amount of fanboys saying that this batch variation is okay is a rubbish. And this would not be acceptable for any other fragrance house.
You're right. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so that's just, again, how I feel about it. Some people find it fun doing this batch variation thing. They like owning 2 or 3 different batches, and they're like, oh, yeah, like, I feel this way. This batch makes me feel that way. I'm like, man, you are deep into this Aventus game, like, real heavy. And, yeah, some people are just fanboys of the scent. And I don't know. As long as you're happy with it, I'm not hating.
So Aventus for Women coming out this summer. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Aventus for her, you know what? People are hating on that. They haven't even smelt that yet. Like, I may or may not be right, but I'm not. Do you know if it has a Fragrantica profile yet?
I checked, but, Fragrantica is known, well, not Fragrantica, but the people who comment for knocking down a fragrance before it's even out or before they've even smelled it. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't have a profile up right now. I just checked. So as of this podcast, it does not have a profile up right now because people are going to be rating that with a 1 or a 2 without even having smelled that thing yet. It's so funny.
It's historical, really.
Oh God, no, but we do see that though, right?
Absolutely, all the time.
Yeah. What are your expectations regarding it? Do you expect, to primary pineapple, birch accord, or?
I don't know. It's probably going to have some kind of similarity in terms of what brings you in to the fragrance or what you initially smell. I don't know. I have no idea. I thought when Princess Oud came out, I heard some rumors that was supposed to be Aventus for her, and now. Royal Princess Oud. It's such a stupid name. It's a very nice fragrance, and I think that they cut out a lot of the guys who potentially would have worn it. I mean, that's a silly name, Royal Princess Oud. It's not so princessy, and it's I don't know. I really don't know what to expect from the one coming up.
Okay, no, that's fair. I don't like the name either. I do love its presentation. I think it looks dope, but honestly. I would wear that fragrance. I think.
Yeah, well, I have a bottle. I got it. I got a good deal on one. So
no,
I own Royal Princess Oud, guys.
I don't give a shit. I think it's a good frag. I'm gonna cop that soon myself. But yeah, no, awful name. Name is rubbish for sure. If anything, I thought that stage wise, it does feel like Aventus, at least for me. And the last thing I expected was an Aventus flanker, a Creed flanker in general, but a female Aventus flanker, really? After this release? I feel like it undermines Royal Princess Oud heavily because I felt like it was already kind of accomplishing that goal.
I've seen some people comment on some of the boards on Facebook that Royal Princess Oud is smells like Aventus for her, or what it should have been, or what it's going to be. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think Aventus for her is kind of redundant. Nevertheless, it's an Aventus flanker. We've never seen that yet. I'm going to be kind of hyped for it, at least.
Oh, I'm anticipating. I hope to be one of the first to get it out there, but we'll see. if I get my hands on it or my nose on it.
Oh no. You'll have to keep me posted on that because being in Canada, like I don't got a Cree boutique that I can readily access, sadly. So yeah, no, enjoy that. That's gonna be cool.
I think it's throughout the summer, and I'm gonna stop busting nipples in like June.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. What's it called? As far as other potential releases this year, is there anything else that's piquing your interest, or just that for the most part?
Let me take a quick peek at my list on my iPhone here. Well, I read today about the new Bulgari Man Black Cologne.
Yeah, I was reading upon that too. If anything, like, is it gonna be like Man in Black or anything like that, or?
They said somewhat, but not totally. But you never know. They say this, that, and then it winds up smelling totally different. So, I always wait until I get my nose in it. But I'm looking forward to Boy by Chanel.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I'm interested in the Hugo Boss Intense, which I thought should have been out by now, but it hasn't. I've been checking. It still hasn't come out, but that's what I'm interested in. I think I covered a lot of the heavy hitters already this year that I was looking forward to review. But listen, I'm sure there's some down low or not overly publicized releases that'll surprise us and that I don't know about as of yet. I actually I do frequent Fragrantica to keep up to date with upcoming releases, and Now Smell This, that's another blog to see what's coming out.
Yep. No, that's good. For me, La Col Noir, of course, La Collection Privé.
Which
fragrance? La Col Noir. It's a new La Collection Privé entry from Dior.
Oh, I smelled it. That's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah. Oh, you smelled it already. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I went to go buy it and they didn't have it. They had a tester bottle. It smells very nice, but I think it's leaning really feminine. It smells pretty. It's certainly the quality, but I found it a little too pretty. And listen, I'm not one to worry about if it's for women or not for women. I wear what the hell I want to wear, and that's it. But it smelled a little kind of dainty and pretty.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what I'm looking at here, note-wise. Definitely more like it's more than possible that I'm going to feel that way. Did you get any spice from it? Because I see that's listed as a note. I feel like that would offset how pretty it is, but apparently it's just
it really smelled pretty to me. It smelled pretty. I didn't get much spice. I soaked my arm. I have a rose tattoo on my forearm that's like my testing spot. Cool. And it was nice that day. I had short sleeves on, and I soaked my arm, and it didn't last very long. But listen, a lot of times, things change. I don't know. It could have been that particular day. My first impression is that it's not going to appeal to a lot of the guys who like stuff like Ambre Nuit and Oud Ispahan and all those types of fragrances.
Really? Wow.
So.
Because I think Oud Ispahan can definitely lean feminine as well.
No, I don't think so. Not for me.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no. It's just like anything with like a dominant rose note for me is just something I associate with, just can lean a certain way, like more likely than not masculine. So that's just
and you know what? I'm not the biggest rose fan. Well, I'm not like an overly feminine rose. I'm not really a fan of. And I do wear a lot of girly stuff now and then. Like I don't go out of my way to have feminine fragrances, but some of them just smell nice on my skin. Fragrances work differently on different types of skin.
Definitely.
And, my skin seems to neutralize some overly feminine fragrances that I can rock them with no problem.
Yeah, if anything, though, not only skin chemistry, but just like your bravado, your aura. Like, are you the type to come off as feminine regardless of the fragrance that you're wearing? I think it's a big thing, too. Like, if I'm going for, a look that day that may or may not be, metrosexual leaning per se, I feel like I can rock a feminine fragrance and it just feels appropriate. Like there's times where I just feel like a frag could be just totally out of place for the attire or the situation I'm in. Like obviously just being fragrant appropriate, I guess. But I don't think that's too big of an issue. You know, it is what it is. Especially for us fragrance lovers, like we'll wear what we want, right? So
yes, absolutely. Taking a line from Lanyard Smith, shout out to Lanyard Smith. Wear what you want, not what they say you should like.
Yes, yeah, something along the lines of that. Yo, shout out to Lanyard Smith. I need to have him on the show as well. No, he'd
love to. He loves these type of things.
Yeah, no, I know he's into it, so I'll get at him eventually. If anything, though, you know, as far as YouTubers in general, I'm trying to think, who have you been liking content-wise lately? Like, who have you been excited for as far as their uploads?
You know, Fragboy Stewie has come a long way. I appreciate what he does. I love my Steven a whole lot. I love Daver. You know, I watch Mark when I have time. You know, to be perfectly honest, it's hard to, you know how much time goes into recording the video, editing the video, uploading the video, promoting the video. It takes a lot of time, and that kind of takes away from, you know, your watching other reviewers' stuff. You know, Jeremy
I know how it feels. Yeah, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm pretty sure I spend more time editing videos than anyone.
You do a great job.
Thank you.
And you know, your content is good. You have a nice personality. I like the way you edit. I love your camera seems to be really good. Yo, I shoot on my iPhone. I don't have a expensive camera.
No, yeah, and you know, it's not like you need one either. Like if you know you're content with your content, you know, like why change it up?
Yeah, you know, I've been wanting to do an upgrade. I mean, I see the difference when, you know, I see the difference in your quality. Okay. You know, I definitely noticed the difference when Stewie changed to a better camera. Yeah. Fragrance View from England, he does. You know, I love his videos. You know the quality of the videos.
No, he's been putting in work. You know, shout out to Peter too, for sure. Like doing really creative content. So yeah, no, he'd be cool to talk to as well. Yeah. But yeah, no, there's a lot of musician like me. Sorry?
He's a musician like me also.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, because I was gonna say, I knew you were a musician because I think a couple of weeks back on Facebook you posted a photo of you in a band back in the 80s. Like you were like the lead singer or something like that?
Yes, I was.
Nice. What kind
I don't sing as much. I mean, I still play, but I don't sing anymore. Well, you might hear me on my channel. The jingles I sing on one of my, when you win a draw, that jingle that happens to be singing. But I wrote the jingles for my channel. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because like you have an intro jingle, for example, and stuff like that, right?
Yes, and an outro jingle. And that's my good friend, Nina. I know her since theater camp from when we were little. So lifelong friend. She does a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah, actually, no, like, as crazy as this sounds like kind of dumb, and I can't believe I'm about to reveal this. But yeah, I was actually thinking of doing like some sort of fragrance song, believe it or not, like as a
some kind of comedy something. I have. It's not corny. Do it.
Yeah. Okay. Get this though. It would be like a fragrance rap.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, in which like I'll be like making like hella references to X amount of like popular frags and stuff. But I actually have a friend who's you know, a rapper or battle rapper as well, who's definitely into fragrances, believe it or not. And I was like, yo, you got any tips for this? And I may or may not get him on this too, so that'd be super cool to do.
Oh shit, Manny's spitting the what you call it, the fragrance raps.
Imagine that.
I'm old, so if that sounded corny, please forgive me. Oh my god, you gotta cut that out.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
I so don't talk like that.
No, fair enough. No, you like. I assume the way you're talking to me right now is how you normally talk, right?
Huh?
I assume the way you're talking to me right now is how you normally talk, right?
This is what you see is what you get. This is me.
Yeah, which doesn't really differ from, you know, the way you normally talk on your channel either.
I have a New York accent. I was born and raised in New York. You know, I don't. I was in a theater when I was younger, and they tried to change my accent. Wasn't happening. This is the way I talk. This is me, plain and simple. I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and that's it.
Brooklyn, what up? You know, if anything, I'm trying to think because fragrance-related question in regards to New York. Obviously, like I'm not that far away from y'all because I'm in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, which is pretty much south of southern Ontario, just across the border from Buffalo in western New York. You know, for the most part, we get like 4 different seasons. We get, you know, winter, spring, summer, fall. And as a result, I feel like we're fairly utilitarian about what we wear on an annual basis. Being in New York City, in which you guys get hot weather, you get mild weather, you get cold weather, and the fact that you have access to X amount of, you know, glorious fragrance houses and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about how a New Yorker like yourself approaches fragrances and how, like, why you buy certain ones for certain occasions or certain times of the year?
Why do I buy it? Listen, my collection is like ridiculous. It's not even a collection. It's just really insane. If I told you how many decants I own, I don't know. I don't have a specific way that I buy it. If I smell it and I like it and I love it, yeah, I'll buy it. You know, if it's too expensive, I'll get it on a split. You know, thank God for the splitters because, you know, it's very expensive buying niche all the time. You're a splitter?
No. I was, guys. You know, you guys can't see this right now if you're listening, but I have my camera on. I have my camera on so Carlos can see me while I'm talking, and I just kind of threw up like peace signs, like dubs, basically saying shout outs to the splitters because you guys are putting in work for us, not wanting to buy full bottles and shit. So
I actually did a video on that subject. Actually, a shout out to the splitters. That was last summer.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, I'm thankful to live in New York. You know, there's a lot of great perfume houses here, like, you know, Min New York, Oswald, NYC, Twisted Lily in Brooklyn. You know, we have Le Labo, we have major department stores, Barney's, Bergdorf. So, you know, fragrance is everywhere. And I'm really thankful to have that access to all of these fragrances. And there's a lot of events that get held around here in New York, so that's real special.
All right, quick question on that New York thing, if anything. Yes, you guys have a lot of fragrance houses based there, and you guys have, you know, the department stores that will carry just about any designer high-end brand. In your opinion, what is the capital, the world capital of fragrance? Is it Paris or New York?
You know, it's probably pretty close. I've never been to Paris, so I don't know. But like I've been hearing a lot of comments on my consistent subscribers who come always and comment on my videos that we get things here in the States a lot sooner than they do, like in the UK, for instance.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't have a specific answer for that. But I would have to imagine, since a lot of fragrances are made in France, that it has to be somewhat close.
Yeah, no, I would think it's hella close too. I'd say on a major level, it's definitely them. But for the most part, you knew. I'm sorry, but NY, you know, Brooklyn, NY, you know, you guys are a bunch of like houses on the come up are, you know, emerging from New York. So you may or may not catch them eventually. It's just a lot of these designer brands, I guess, you know, tip it in their favor. For me,
well, listen, if you ever come to New York, I'd love to show you around, and so.
Yeah, no, I would love that because, like, actually, like when I was in Paris in late 2014, I was like, whoa, cool. Just being able to walk into just about anyone's flagship store is so cool.
Yeah, definitely. I can imagine. I'd love to visit, like, Serge Lutton and quite a few other houses out there.
Mm-hmm. No, that would be super awesome if you were to do that. You know what would be sick is if us frag YouTubers, like, all went, like, together one day to, like, you know, like a FragCon in, you know, Europe, or just to check out these fragrance houses and do vlogs and stuff. I think that'd be super awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. Like, if anything, next up, What are you, do you have any goals, fragrance journey wise? Are you trying to accomplish anything, or are you just here because you love this stuff?
I like to share my passion with everyone. You know, I was always somewhat of an entertainer. I've always been in, you know, musical theater. I did a little acting here and there, and I've done a lot of music. So it just all goes hand in hand. And I'm a very outgoing person. And I think as far as this journey, you know, my channel, listen, I'm only reaching 4,000 subs, but, you know, I hope to be, you know, up there with the big guys like Cody and Rob and Jeremy Fragrance.
Yep. No, absolutely. Absolutely. No, more power to you. Like, I'm sure that, you can get there. 5 figures in subs, I don't think is out of the question for you at all.
You know, I'm a baby at
working at it too. So, you know, I'm certainly working at it myself as well. And, hopefully I get there. But yeah, you know, that's good. And I know you don't exactly have any imminent plans for your channel, but is there any videos that you'd like to make? Like, is there like a pipe dream of a video that you would like to do fragrance?
Well, I've always loved doing interviews, and I like with the Good Smells, I did a lot of interviews with perfume companies and you know, and perfumers. I'd like to probably get more interview type videos, which actually this week I'm going to Givaudan.
Okay.
Week to interview a very famous perfumer. I won't say who, but that'll be coming up on my channel soon. I've interviewed Roger Dove and Sergio Momo from Surge Off. I have another interview next week with Cecile Zarokian. She's done a lot of important niche stuff, and she's a young, up-and-coming, wonderful perfumer. So I'd like to get more, you know, house type videos with you know, with companies and perfumers, and I've made a lot of contacts thanks to Facebook and thanks to all the stuff that I've done, and I'm thankful for that, you know, and people are seeking me out to do interviews with them, to review their stuff, or, you know, so that feels good. So I feel like I've made somewhat of a mark as far as that goes. You know, I'm a really low-key, easygoing guy. I know it seems like I'm always out there, but I'm humble about all this, and I'm really thankful for the audience that I have and the friends that I've made. So, and look at you, you're one of them.
Yeah, no, and it's humbling that you actually asked me personally to do this. Like, me and Kristo really haven't been marketing this podcast as hard as we should, but we've generated a decent amount of interest in it and caught the attention of your self-interview extraordinaire. So, well,
Kristo reached out to me, and I was a little busy at the time.
Right.
I work in retail, and I work in a fashion store, and we're in the midst of camp business, which is why I couldn't do the other thing that you did with the pure thing, whatever. But I said as soon as I got a little free time that I would call you, and sure enough, I did. So here we are. Yeah,
and it's humbling. Thank you for doing so again. And as far as the interviews that you've been able to set up via Facebook and your other connects, like, I think that's awesome. Being able to talk to these master perfumers, Roja Dove, for example, Sergio Momo, like, that's so cool. Like, I can only either dream about, you know, doing that myself one day. That's sick. I'm just wondering, you know, when you've conducted these in like real life, like, do you really have that well of access to just about anyone just because you are in New York?
Well, I won't say New York. Well, that certainly helps, but it's Facebook. It's really all Facebook. I've made a ton of connections via Facebook. You know, I've networked. I've gotten out there. You know, it's not easy. You know, it's not every day that somebody can hold a month-long event of giving away perfumes every single day. And we're talking about top-notch stuff from all types of companies. And, you know, I don't know if you know, but I actually, after my 4th anniversary of PLP, or the 3rd anniversary, I forget now, but I put together a fragrance line with some top independent perfumers based on Peace Love Perfume. It's called the PLP Project. And, you know, for a year we were putting out, you know, limited edition perfumes based on the Peace Love perfume idea, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice. That's something I'd have to look up again. How long ago did you do that?
It's maybe a year or two.
Year or two ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's definitely before my time, fragrance journey wise.
It's been 2 years. I think it was 2 summers ago.
Okay.
And one of the contributions still exists in two of the for House of Matriarch. She still has the fragrances in her permanent line, as does Chef Waddington from En Voyage Perfumes.
Cool. Yeah.
New York Man. The fragrance called New York Man.
Nice.
I think Sai reviewed it. I'm not sure, but
anyway. I'll have to get on that. No, that's really cool. So yeah, you've definitely dabbled yourself in, master perfumery per se.
Well, I didn't. I just had the concepts. I was more of a creative director. I didn't actually deal with the
actual chemistry of it.
Not at all. No.
Okay.
That was something I aspired to one day, or at least to have a perfume line. That is something that I definitely would. That I dream about.
Okay, so perfume line you mentioned.
Yes.
If you can create one scent though, or the first scent that you would drop, what notes you want in it, what occasions, seasons, like what is your perfect?
It would probably be more along the lines of a private blend. It'll be something in your face, yet wearable and approachable, but it wouldn't be a fleeting light citrus or anything like that. It would have incense. It would have, possibly oud, but probably not, because that is I'm just like so over it a little bit. But it would have vanilla, but top notch vanilla. It would have, I love iris. I love. It would be a big fragrance. It would be, another fragrance that I love is Black Orchid.
Yeah. Great frag.
And yeah, it would be something. It would be a heavy duty, like you'll have to gasp when you smell it, and your eyes will roll back in your head when you smell it.
Yeah, so it's gonna have a lot of personality.
Yes.
Sure. I guess that's very fitting of you because you are fairly outgoing, and you are known to like Tom Ford fragrances. Makes a lot of sense. In having that line of thinking.
And then I'd probably like to have a couple of maybe lower key type fragrances, but still with personality and
No, that's cool. That's really cool. Honestly, like for an initial release, I think it's really smart to do something that's a monstrous performer. Like look at the Tom Ford private blends from the initial ones, and they've toned down in personality and in performance definitely recently. So to come out strong like that, I think makes just a lot of sense.
And if I have to reformulate, I think I'd rather discontinue, but those are my words for somebody who's not in the industry, so I was going to say don't quote me on that, but I guess it's too fucking late.
No, it's all good. Like I thought about it. Yeah, like Tom Ford private blends, for example, like they've discontinued some of my favorites, like
they've continued some of the best Moss Brushes, Bois Rouge, something Gardenia, whatever it's called.
Gardenia Absolute, I think it is.
No, it wasn't that. Crew, I don't know. No, Crew Gardenia is Guerlain.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but some of the best ones they've just Amber Absolute, but they recently brought it back. Thank God.
Tom Ford Velvet Gardenia.
Velvet Gardenia, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you know what happened with that? I liked that one, and then some stupid girl at work had to go and say to me, "You smell like hairspray, like Aquanet hairspray." I never wore it again.
What?
It sold my bottle.
That killed it for you.
Yeah, totally.
Really? Like, wait, she said you smell like hairspray. Did she say
Aquanet hairspray? Like as if I would be wearing hairspray, duh.
Yeah, imagine that. For you guys who don't know, you don't exactly have hair on your head.
I don't have any hair. The only hair I have on my head is my beard.
There it is. So you guys know. So hairspray, right? Thanks.
And I usually don't. I usually don't listen to what other people say, but once in a while, a comment just gets stuck in my head.
And that's one of them.
Yeah.
Great. Nice.
So, I was going to say a funny story. A good friend from junior high school, many, many years ago, we haven't seen each other. And we reconnected via Facebook. There you go again with Facebook. And we got together for dinner, and I don't remember this, but I mean, I always remember wearing fragrances, but he told me that, like, back in the day, I used to, like, drench and drown and marinate myself in fragrance. I think it was I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I definitely was an oversprayer since way back in the day.
I mean, that was a style, right? Back in the 80s, you know, wasn't it like you would just go ham on the trigger with like these powerhouse fragrances? That was like acceptable.
Yeah, Dracon Noir.
Yeah, Dracar Noir.
And now you know I have a lot of bloopers on my videos. I can't talk, and I'm not even drinking.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, well, like, what's it called? Yeah, we kind of just run stuff through. It's a podcast, you know, natural, innate, you know, uncut format. It is what it is. I feel like the listeners are kind of empathetic to us screwing up. And, yeah, I know I've done it this time around, too. So thanks again for, you know, everyone's patience as far as bearing with us. You know, this has been super cool. Carlos, if anything, what's it called? Just wondering. Oh crap! What was I going to say? See, now I'm screwing on myself too.
It rubs off.
Yeah. I guess it's rubbing off on me. Yeah. Luckily, I'm a hell of an editor. If I was going to do that today, but what is you've emphasized several times throughout this call. The importance of networking, if anything, on Facebook as far as splits, getting interviews, or just basically learning from each other. So I think that's really paramount, and I'm not going to front. Like, you and a bunch of other people have definitely influenced my taste as a result, as far as fragrances, and basically opening my mind up to other stuff. Yeah, you're welcome. I think that's a good thing to not limit not only your connections, but if you don't limit your connections and you're talking to a bunch of people and you're basically gaining tolerance for everyone else's taste, that may or may not rub off on you. And I feel like I'm happier as a result, you know, being able to try other stuff and getting into stuff that I may or may not have liked like a year ago. And I think that's awesome. So I thank you guys for that.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, you know, yeah, absolutely.
Without spreading the smelly love.
Yeah, I guess so. That's exactly what it is. Another thing, like if you had any advice for anyone on their fragrance journey or their fragrance journey on YouTube specifically, either or, what would you say that, you know, an up and coming smeller or YouTuber should do in fragrance?
Listen to your nose. Listen to your instinct. Listen to your nose. Forget all the hype all around you. Forget all the blah, blah, blah. Tune into your nose. Test. Don't blind buy if you can avoid it. And, yeah, you know best what smells good to you. Only you know what smells good to you, and nobody can tell you what smells good to you.
Yeah, no, facts, definitely. Absolutely. I feel like, you know, despite letting people influence me, I still know what I like the most. 1,000% true.
Absolutely. I'll give you an example. Black Afghano was a huge hyped up beast. I hate Black Afghano.
Yeah. Like, is there anything like sociological that has to do with that? Like the fact that it may or may not smell like weed, or is it just bad to you?
It just is very sharp and piercing, and it's just not pleasant on my skin. You know, there are tons of guys out there who love it, who swear by it, and I'm not, saying anything negative about their taste, but for me, it's just not one that I never ever loved. Dark Oud from Montal is another one that they loved. Just was horrible on my skin.
Oh, Montal, yeah. What's it called? Just
Dark Oud, Montal.
Dark Oud. Okay, yeah. Black Afghano, I've only smelled in passing, never really off on someone's skin. I kind of just grabbed the bottle and just like smelled from the top of it. But yeah, sharp as hell. Definitely the last fragrance I would recommend to blind buy, or it's on the top list for sure. And personality-wise, I think it's hella hard to pull off. Like I'm trying to think, like what kind of person would fit that, scent, if anything?
Very bold and assertive, and I would say kind of ballsy.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of man in that fragrance for sure.
Which is okay, and it's not that I'm not a man, but it's just on my skin. It was just way too just there was nothing pleasant about it to my nose.
Fair enough. No, respect. Yeah. So, what other fragrances do you feel that way about, if anything?
I'm trying to think. I actually was one step ahead of you. But of course, that I'm on the spot now, I can't think of one.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, like there's these like overly like, resinous hype trains that I've never really bought into, and that's
like what? Like you name one, maybe it'll.
Well, like let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Tuscan leather is one, believe it or not, for me.
I love Tuscan leather. I love
respect. It's a great scent. Yeah, it's just. It doesn't do what I want it to. And it just, like, for a leather scent, like, to me, it just feels kind of formal. Of course, it's a Tom Ford fragrance.
That's another one that is a compliment getter.
It's a compliment getter for you?
Yeah. Really? Whenever I wear it, or there's something by Atelier Cologne called Oud Saphir that smells like it. I get compliments on that. It must be my skin. I don't know. It just works on my skin.
Okay, so I guess the compliment factor, propels you to wear that frag at the same time.
No. I wear what I want. But
I know you wear what you want, but I'm just wondering, does that help regardless?
It does. I'm sure subconsciously, yes, it does. I'm not going to front. It definitely helps. If it's appreciated by people around me, then who the hell wants to smell bad? I want people to like the way I smell.
Exactly. Yeah. And hey, if it works for you, that's good. Like, I guess like my crowd, like is just not so open to it. Maybe in like a few years they will be.
Yeah. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I don't mind. I am 25. And
oh God, you could be my son.
Wow. Okay. How old are you then?
No. Okay. No. Not going there. Nah, it's all right. I just recently turned 52. I'm probably one of the oldest reviewers. Oh, maybe Lanier Smith is.
Oh, well, hey, you just turned, so, yeah, well, that's awesome, bro. Like
52.
No, man, you look great. No, salute, bro. Like,
and I hope that I give off a somewhat cool 52 vibe. I'm a big kid at heart, man, and
you make YouTube frags. You make frag videos on YouTube. I think that's pretty cool.
So, yeah.
No, I respect that. That's awesome.
The average age of all those 40 girls I told you about the job is like 25. So I'm around a lot of young people.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. Because, I've seen you do videos, with your workplace friends involved. And you are probably older than everyone that you're interviewing, right?
What you trying to say, bro?
no, I ain't trying to say anything.
No, you mean in terms of the just the average people or perfumers and stuff?
Well, no, like not the perfumers, but more like the like when you're getting people's opinions on like.
Oh yeah, most of them are mid-20s to late 20s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Although that's not a prerequisite. Requisite to be on my video, but it just happens to turn out that way. And it's good to get an average person's, that's not overly into fragrance opinion. I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's cool, and I think it's good, like, just from, like, an outsider perspective, if I'm trying to look at it that way, as in who's more likely to look up, these reviews on, YouTube? Probably someone my age, I would think. So to see, you getting young people's opinion, I think is really good. Just in case, a fragrance layman that's my age wants to look something up and they're doing it for the sake of compliments, they'll have an idea of watching maybe your video and seeing that their peers may or may not be into it. And I'm not saying you should wear stuff based on compliments, but if you can't help that fact, if that's how you want to do things, then I guess that's what that's for.
Manny, can you still hear me? Because I kind of changed the screen by accident somehow here.
No, I still hear you, but did you get what I said?
I did. Yes.
All right, no, perfect. All right. Well, hey, that about does it for the Fragcast this time. I'd like to thank Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover. Hey, man, it was awesome. It's been a slice. Thank you for joining.
I was so glad to be here, and I'm honored to be one of the first. And I hope your people will come check me out on Facebook, like Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, and all my other channels. And thanks so much for having me. It was a pleasure. I was a little worried about talking and gabbing for a freaking hour, but yeah, like you said, it flew freaking by.
Yeah, it definitely flew by. And yeah, it's just a nice time, shooting the shit about something that we are very passionate about. And I don't know, like I could do this all day sometimes, seemingly, but I'm glad we got this episode done with, and can't wait to get this up for y'all. And hopefully you'll join me next time.
I definitely. Oh, you're free. Did you mean me or your viewers?
Yeah. No, like what's it called? Yeah, if you're ever down for this again, like I'd love.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, of course. I loved it. I had a great time.
All right, sounds good. Much appreciated, Carlos. So there it is, guys. That's about it for the Fragcast. You can catch me at youtube.com/CascadeScents and on the Fragcast on YouTube as well. You can check out the links in the description below to the Fragcast, myself, and of course Carlos's channel. And hopefully we see you next time. So leave us some constructive criticism in the comments below, or leave us a like if you are into this, and subscribe if you haven't yet for more great fragrance content. Thanks again, Carlos, and we'll see you later.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.